Here with Trevor Hughes, USA Today. You just went from Denver to the westernmost point on mainland Alaska. Can I just say I'm insanely jealous of you?
Yeah, and you are right to be jealous. It is, you can actually see Russia. I stood there and I looked across and I looked at Russia.
Palin's promise delivered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was pretty amazing.
We're from Mantra, Denver, on Evans. How's the barley wine?
It's delicious. Yeah, it's not as sweet and syrupy as some barley wines, but it's a little cleaner and tighter tasting to me.
Sometimes the young ones are a little abrasive. The barley wines. Sometimes the young barley wines are a little abrasive. That's all I'm saying. The dry stout is good. It's really clean.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a nice to drink a dark beer. That's
It doesn't
low
look
alcohol.
like as heavy and thick as some. I'd be curious to see what it's like on a nitro tap.
It's funny. I was thinking that exact same thing myself. You went to Wales, west of Nome, to document firsthand how climate change is impacting this little village of about 150 people. Are they combating climate change on a local level?
Combating isn't really the right word for it. It's much more like adapting or adjusting to it,
because what could 150 people do?
That's right. And there are 150 people. They don't even have running water in their houses. I mean, this is a town that, when you talk about global impact, they have almost no impact on the Earth's surface. One of the guys I talked to saw a grasshopper last year. He's never seen a grasshopper in his life in Alaska. Now he's seeing grasshoppers, and he's saying this can't be right. This is not normal.
You talked about the polar bears being forced up into the village. Did you see one?
We did not see a polar bear. My mom was actually very pleased about that. But we did see their paw prints, and I was looking for one and I missed it because it's like this big. They're like dinner plates. Huge, huge.
Did you have a beer in Alaska?
I did. I had a special beer, which was, the last time I was in Alaska, I didn't get to go to this brewery. It is the northernmost brewery in America. It is north of Fairbanks. I have no idea what the beer was. I don't even remember what it tasted like. I was so exhausted at that point. But I know that I got it from that particular brewery, and it was delicious.
So the bears, as the ice melts in the strait, are coming on land more. The strait, when iced over, is a hike to Russia.
Yeah, it's a long walk. It's like 50 odd miles, but you can actually do that. You could, I mean, a lot of times the hunters, they'll take boats out and they'll boat between sort of pieces of the ice pack. And that's the concern for the polar bears, is that because the ice isn't as contiguous as it used to be, they're having to come on land to rest because there's just not ice to live on, which is normally where they would live.
Let's turn this just a bit. You convinced your boss to let you go to Wales, Alaska, to take pictures and talk to people.
Well, this was great timing because I had gone back there and I said, you guys should pay me a ton more money. I'm worth a ton of money. And my bosses were like, no. But they said, you're being allowed to travel, and that is compensation. And the reality is that being able to travel and see these different places helps me be a better employee. I'm happier. I feel it's a change from the routine. So when I come back, I have a new perspective on how I do my job and how I interact with people, and I think that's hugely important.
And I have to think, I've pitched a number of projects at work with, I'm passionate about this. Passion delivers results. So I think that's something that everybody can take into their workplace and say, unleash my passion on this.
Absolutely. If you aren't excited about what you're doing, it shows in everything. And so if you can persuade your bosses to let you do something exciting, it really engages you and energizes you, and you come back and you carry that energy and optimism, and it can be very infectious for other people. And also can annoy them by saying things like, I went to Alaska.
Thanks for sharing your journey.
Cheers. That's delicious.
This dry stout's really good. It's so clean. So clean, so fresh and so clean.